Are you tired of the struggle to track KPIs in your business or pulling data from multiple sources? Tired of losing leads due to poor follow-up? With LeftMain, you now have the ability to track everything in your business all in one place. You have custom dashboards, countless reports, text and phone capabilities, and all of your favorite integrations. LeftMain is the only system that is guaranteed to grow with your business. So visit leftmainrei.com/flipempire to schedule your free demo and see the most powerful CRM system built for real estate investors by real estate investors.
You're listening to Flip Empire, the show committed to helping real estate entrepreneurs who want to build their empire without sacrificing their life. Your success and freedom starts now with your host, Alex Pardo.
As I kind of scan through my notes here, there's so many things, just so many in-depth conversations we had, just healthy dialogue, things that are not necessarily discussed in most circles, but in many cases, difficult conversations that had to be had. And you always walk out of there, not just with a new perspective and insight, but you walk out of there a better person. And so, I started the show by saying, procrastination is the assassination of your destination. And I'll kind of use that quote, which, by the way, I believe it was Steve McIntosh that shared that with us in the room on the first day. And I jotted down because there was so many things that came up as a result of hearing that quote, and it's interesting when Steve and I run our Ascend Mastermind retreats. Generally speaking, there's always a couple themes, and we go for 4 days straight. We have two intimate groups of the right people. And so we go Monday, Tuesday for our first group and Wednesday, Thursday for our second group. And one of the themes that we found is that there's so many different business models. Some of our new members just commented how it's so cool to see different business models. And one of the takeaways is that there's a variety of ways to essentially accomplish the same thing that you might want to accomplish. It's the classic saying of, there's more than one way to skin a cat, right? And but one of the things that was interesting is that, if one person is having a ton of success, just absolutely killing it, doing it one way, that doesn't necessarily mean that that's the path you should take, right? And what I mean by that is, I'm thinking of one of our members who, is just doing 150 plus deals, has over 100 doors in his rental portfolio, and he's having a lot of success operating his business one way, but he's also operating in a state of flow, right? He's operating in his genius zone within his unique ability. And then we have another member who can accomplish that and is on the path to accomplishing that. That's his goal, right? But the way that the first member went about doing it, that's not necessarily his state of flow. That's not his genius zone. He's got different gifts. He's got different talents. In fact, one is an introvert, the other one's an extrovert. And so you can't just, that's why when we have conversations about, KPIs and, hey, what are your KPIs? It's like, well, it doesn't matter what your KPIs are because there's so many variables, different market, different skill set, different team, different talents, different experience level, different financial resources. So there's just so many things. So be careful. When I listen to podcasts, when I watch YouTube shows or when I read a book, I'm looking for a couple of nuggets and I'm looking for a different way of thinking. I'm looking for insight. I'm looking for just a slight edge that I can draw from, and that I can mold based on my talents, based on my gifts, based on my goals, my vision. And that's what I want you to do when you listen to me on this podcast or when you attend an event, attend a mastermind. That's one of the things I've been a part of a number of high-level groups. And the challenge is you go in there and it's like drinking out of a fire hydrant. You get exposed to all these different ideas, all these different strategies, all these different marketing campaigns you can implement, all these different businesses that you can invest in and people you can partner with. And if you don't have a vision, everything becomes opportunity driven and it doesn't become vision driven. That's why our foundation, our core is, what do you want your life to look like? Now let's figure out the path to help you achieve that. Let's figure out the tweaks that we can already make in your successful business to allow you to live your vision, to allow you to get more out of life. That's what it's really about. So procrastination is the assassination of your destination. The reason I find a lot of people procrastinate is because they're not operating in a flow state, and the things they're trying to do have too much friction. Hope you enjoyed that episode. But before you go, I've had a lot of people recently reach out to me wanting to learn more about Ascend, wanting to understand how the mastermind component works, how the coaching relationship works. And so right now we're actually on a waiting list. But what I would encourage you to do is, if you think you're the right fit and you think you could benefit from being a part of our community, head over to ascendyoursuccess.com, watch the short video, and then just click the apply to join button below. And then we'll be in contact with you if and when a spot opens up. So really appreciate you listening to Flip Empire here, and I look forward to connecting with you on the next show. Take care.